Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. Happy Halloween everyone! This video is going to contain a quick look at the Clockwork Heart event, our facility event for the end of October that has a bit of a Halloween theme. Of course, Halloween Sylas and Halloween Laxi come from this event. They're on the current Gala Dragalia showcase. I have yet to summon either of them on my free summons, but the main purpose of this video is we're going to check out the trial together. I'll play through some challenge battles, some regular boss battles. I'll discuss the event's story, share my impressions on it overall, and then we'll basically call it a day. I like to do one of these event impression videos for every event we have, although when it comes to facility events, really there's not a whole lot of content to them. At least that's how I feel these days, where things are a lot easier to auto in the past, and it takes me back to the beginning days of Dragalia Lost, the early days I should say, when one of our first events, our second one in fact, was a facility event. It was Halloween themed, it had some great unique music, and I have to say that's probably my favorite part about this event is the main theme for it is super sweet. But back in the day, you kind of had to plan around the different waves in the challenge battle, and it could be very dangerous. You could easily lose some adventures along the way. It wasn't that easy. It kind of reminds me of the Legion trials that we have in Trials of the Mighty nowadays that sometimes, if you're not careful, can be a little bit of a handful. Anyway, this time around, the trial, even on the highest difficulty, it wasn't too bad to take out Laxi, so hopefully you're not having too much trouble with it. Of course, I am using Team Halloween here, with it now being possible to have a full Light Element Halloween team. Of course, I haven't summoned Laxi yet, so in her place I have Luca, and maybe we should get into some of the story for the event since he does start things off. As usual, he's trying to prank everybody, and that includes Sylas and Laxi, who just aren't having any of it whatsoever. They decide to leave. They end up being recruited into a play. The play centers around a creator who's made a facsimile of his late beloved. So Carol, Dr. Schmidt are the human characters, and then his creation, Fran, is supposed to be sort of a stand-in for Carol, who I believe is no longer with him. The play is called Filosofia's Monster. We have Marley, the playwright, who has almost finished writing the script, but not quite. And Laxi takes an interest in helping him because she sort of wants to understand the creative process and what it means for Marley to finish writing this play and see his creation come to life on the stage. So she ends up being the first recruit, and then Sylas eventually goes along with things as well. He's there to tend to Marley's sister, who happens to be sick in the hospital, not doing particularly well. Shelly is her name, and his aromatics are supposed to be a remedy to help her feel better. So there's a little bit of a tragic element to it, the relationship between Marley and his sister, and wanting to put on this play because he doesn't know if she's going to live or die, and it's very important to him that she be able to see this regardless of what happens. So everybody's in on participating, and eventually Shelly takes a turn for the worse, and Marley sort of demoralized, not able to finish this play. They're not able to put it on Halloween night as intended, but Laxi is the one who kind of has the will to go on and really wants to make sure this is done to its end, and to sort of understand the heart behind this play, the mechanism that allows it to stir emotion in others. So eventually, they're able to convince Marley to partake. It also inspires Sylas. This turn of events inspires Sylas to improve his aromatic remedy to come up with something that does end up helping Shelly. And finally, when Marley realizes Shelly is actually going to be okay because of that, he takes the tickets he's been given from Laxi and from Sylas and goes and sees the finale, the highlight of his play, this beautiful shot between Sylas and Laxi on stage. And it's a really good time overall. It's a very simple story, it didn't overstay its welcome, not that Halloween related in the grandest sense, but then again, our last Halloween facility event, which, by the way, you can play in the event compendium if you want to, Trick or Treasure, it was very, very lighthearted. So this one was a little bit more serious, I suppose. Some fun character pairings. Laxi and Sylas, I think this was a good way to develop both of them and also get some development for Laxi independent of Mascula, even though he does play a role in the event. From a gameplay standpoint, I would still say there's really not a whole lot to these facility events. You've seen me go through the challenge battle now, you've seen me go through the trial, I'm going to do some of the boss battles, and if you're new to facility events, that's kind of standard fare, I would say. The boss battles are where you grind up materials to level up your facility, and you're going to want to max that out within the event duration, or at least collect the necessary materials to do so, because not only does it power you up during the event itself, but it's also going to be a permanent boost, in this case a permanent boost to Staff and Blade adventurers. The challenge battle and the nightmare battles, those are where you're going to accumulate more points, and earning up to 1,000,000 points, you're going to get rewards along the way, and between both of the different types of battles, you're also going to get some different types of materials that you can exchange for rewards in a treasure trade. I think the boss battle ends up being more efficient to farm for those because you can trade up the mats from the boss battle. One difference in the past compared to previous facility events, and this change has been around for a couple cycles now, but you may have forgotten, but they did get rid of the EX battle that these modes or these events used to have. That was an extra battle that sometimes you'd randomly spawn after a boss battle, but it made it a little inconvenient to auto battle or play through multiple boss fights at a time because you'd have to check whether you had spawned an EX successfully or not, and then start that quest, do that, because you could only hold one EX opportunity at a time. Anyway, we've pretty much finished our dailies for the day, so I'll go ahead and collect my rewards from those. I'll show a little bit about the facility event in case you are newer to the game. Maybe you started with the 3rd anniversary. This is a pretty good one to start into, although I still feel like raids are probably a bit more exciting nowadays. It is fun to have the Halloween themings with the music and everything, but the fights go by so quickly that I almost don't feel like you really get to enjoy it quite as much. But anyway, as you can see, we earned the maximum possible acclaim, is what the points are called this time around on all of these quests that we did. They weren't too bad to take out. Make sure you're doing at least your nightmare every day for the daily grand bounty from that. And yeah, not a whole lot of story chapters here. So let's see. Well, I guess check out the endeavors first and start there. So as you can see, there are some endeavors that last the whole event, but most of those I've completed. The rest are just about finishing out the facility, finishing out some of the boss and EX battles, or sorry, challenge battles. Here are your daily endeavors, so I'm going to go ahead and do those and collect those. And this is what you can get from the acclaim. Again, this goes up to 1,000,000. There's some summon vouchers in here, some Eldwater, silver keys, golden fragments, and 2 champion specimens right there. That's pretty nice. Definitely going to make use of those. And then it culminates in a golden key. Within the treasure trade, I've collected some champion's testaments already, but you can kind of get a look here at the precious rewards, most of those being at the top. But in this case, with light element goodies, it's still pretty helpful to just get all the light orbs and whatnot, since light orbs are used for facilities like the rupee mines. You do need a lot of them. Here's Dr. Schmidt's labs. You can see it boosts staff and blade wielding adventurers, and we'll click in and let's go ahead and scroll over here to the facility. I will use a hustle hammer, although the durations on this are not too bad. You can kind of wait it out, but just for demonstration purposes, we'll level it up, and that's what you're going to be wanting to do, what you're going to want to be doing during the event. So let's collect from our goodie box now all the rewards we got today. Lucky I got my sunlight ore on my dailies. And I think that is pretty much going to do it for this video, everyone. So hopefully you're having a good Halloween in Dragalia Lost. Best of luck with your summons. For the rest of this week, my plans are on Monday, I'm going to be looking at this month in Dragalia Lost. The next day, I'll post my reaction to the latest campaign update. The day after that, I will probably be doing a review of the next showcase. And finally, I'll close things out with my 100-fold summon and any summons for the Gala Adventures, or Gala Dragon and Halloween Adventures. Anyway, y'all, that is going to do it for today. So thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.